Today we're doing a review of the Able Carry Daily Plus backpack. I've been testing this bag for the past week, and in this video we're gonna take my experience of reviewing 600 plus of the world's best bags, and we're gonna tear this thing apart. In this video, I'm gonna show you what the bag really fits. We're gonna double check its advertised capacity, and I'm gonna give you my brutally honest pros and cons so you can know if this bag is worth it or if it's a ripoff. And you're gonna wanna stick around to the end of the video, because if it's not the bag for you, I'll make some alternative suggestions so you can find the bag that best suits your needs. Let's talk about the gist of the Able Carry Daily Plus. Able Carry is one of the premier carry brands on the planet right now. And the Daily Plus is one of their more OG models. It's been sort of overshadowed recently by the Able Carry Max and the Able Carry Max EDC. But using this bag, I thought it was really awesome, but a couple things also really annoyed me about it. Let's start by talking about the bag's top features. We've got Able Carry's beautiful signature silhouette. I think this is one of the best looking bags on the market. I'll talk about that a bit more in detail in the next chapter. We've got a quick access, diagonal front pocket, and then mirrored with another pocket here that's ideal for a water bottle. Some pros and cons of that pocket as well. We'll talk about that as well in the next chapter. A beautiful but fairly minimalist interior, a quick access, top, back pocket, and a harness system that I have some very bold opinions about. And I'll let you know what those opinions are 3 chapters from now. Able Carry claims this bag is 21 liters capacity, but here at Nomads Nation, we always double check that. All right, so as you can see, we filled out the front pocket, the water bottle pocket, and the main compartment. No balls in here because there's no real capacity in this back pocket. It's just good for flat items. Now, one thing that should be noted about measuring capacity is we can measure this bag 10 different ways and get 10 different measurements. It's just the way that a soft goods product works and the way that pockets compete with each other for space. But this should give us a pretty good idea. But first, let's measure the dimensions. We got a height of 19 inches, a width of 12 inches, and a fully packed out depth of just under 9 inches. All right, water bottle pocket first. Gotta do this by hand. It's coming in around 1.5 liters of space. Front slash pocket, just under 4 liters. So that's 5.5. And then the main compartment, lost a few balls. So we're at 5 liters with the 2 front pockets. That gets us to here, and then 10, 15, just under 20 liters as per our measurements. But remember, as I said, measuring bags is a bit of an art, much more than it is a science. And this bag in particular, just the way that it utilizes space with this cone-like shape and the way that you got the pockets that are so spacious but also fighting for space with each other, it's a weird bag. That's why I'd say for me, it feels like it carries a bit more like an 18 to 20 liter. Able Carry claims this bag weighs 2.8 pounds, which is verified on scale number 1. And 2.7 pounds on scale number 2. As of recording, the bag comes in 7 different fabric and or color options. This version is the tan Cordura version. And I'll talk a bit more about what that means and what the fabric options actually are in the next chapter. Here is the Plus when it's empty, and here is the Plus when it's fully packed out and worn on the Nomads Nation team. Margaret's 5'2", I'm 5'8", and Jason Bagmoa is 6'1". And don't worry, we're gonna fully pack this bag out throughout the entire review so you can see everything it fits. All Able Carry bags are protected by a lifetime warranty against manufacturing defects. And I'll be honest, I haven't seen too many comments on how well Able Carry actually honors that warranty, but I also haven't heard a lot of complaints, so I guess that indicates they're pretty good about honoring it. And for all that, this bag runs around $180 US. Now that price point is going to be our North Star moving forward in this review, because it's the context for whether or not this bag is worth it or whether it's a ripoff. But it should be noted, if at any point during this video you're thinking to yourself, holy crap, that is the cone-like shaped tan backpack of my dreams, and you're gonna pick one up, we highly suggest doing so with the first link in the description, just right down there. 2 reasons. First of all, that link makes sure that you get the best price, and we oftentimes have discount codes. But number 2, that link also helps to support the Nomads Nation YouTube channel and team, so we can keep making the best gear reviews on the web. Thank you very much. Okay, let's talk about the front of the Able Carry Daily Plus. Now, we kick this chapter off always by talking about the aesthetic, and that's gonna change from person to person, but for this person, I think Able Carry has got one of the dopest aesthetics in the game. And here's why. I think that they've done like this really interesting tactical urban fusion. Because I'm not really into tactical, like, you know, Go Ruck and CT. That's like too military for me. But I do like a little bit of like, you know, badassness in my bags without having to go like full I serve in the army look. And I just think that's what Able Carry did such a good job of with this bag. And obviously the tan color is gonna add to that, but more or less, like, you know, if you add the lash points, the shape, the color options, it's just got a great look to it without trying to be too extra. Aesthetics rant over. I'd love to hear your thoughts though. Do you think Able Carry also nailed the aesthetic? Or is the coney shape maybe kind of a deal breaker for you? Let me know what you think about the way that Able Carry bags look in the comments below. Now, a big thing contributing to the look of the bag is the fabric. Now, Able Carry has currently 2 options available for fabric choices. Cordura, which is this one. As you can see, this is all beautiful Cordura fabric right there. And there's also X-Pack, which you can see we have the Able Carry 13 here. I've had this bag for almost 6 years. And this version is in X-Pack in a navy color. I can go on for hours about the differences of these fabrics, but let me make it simple for you. X-Pack is the same fabric that sailboats use as their sailcloth. It's incredibly durable. X-Pack is also gonna be much more weather resistant because it's basically plastic. But the great thing is that plastic never peels. But on the negative side, this X-Pack fabric is not gonna be quite as abrasion resistant as it can look a little tattered over time. It's got a little plasticky crunch to it that can drive some people crazy. And you can see over the years that the diamond grid can get a little sinewy. I hate that word, but it's the only way to describe it. Just those lines become more profound over time. So if you need extreme weather resistance, X-Pack is the way to go. But I think for everyone else, Cordura is probably better. Cordura is one of the greatest fabric makers on the planet, and this is their nylon. This is going to be significantly more abrasion resistant while still providing some great weather resistance. Not a lot, but if you get caught in a rainstorm, you see right there, it'll bead up. It's not gonna soak through, glides right off. But at the end of the day, you can't go wrong with either fabric choice. In the front, we got a lot of lash points. These are just for carrying things externally on your bag. Love Able Carry's branding too, very subtle. Let's talk about the first pocket. Now this pocket is a quick access pocket and it's designed in such a super cool and functional way. You can swing the bag around and that diagonal cut actually brings it perfectly in line with your body. Just so perfectly well designed. Like the zipper is literally from here to here, right? It's a perfect line across. But now because of that angle and the other subsequent angles on this bag, there's just a lot of lack of symmetry with this bag. This pocket's a triangle, the whole bag's a triangle, this pocket's a triangle. You'll see in the main compartment, like the whole thing is like, it's kind of like a Picasso painting. It's very cubist in that sense, I feel like. Now in the pocket itself, we've got a key leash, a zippered pocket, a larger lining pocket. This is a very nice stretchy material, and a measuring ball. And that's it. The key leash is great because it is in fact removable, just tied into this lash point, which means that you can locate it to other positions in the bag. And just this interior in general is stunning. I think Able Carry is the cream of the crop when it comes to the quality of their fabrics. Able Carry, Tortuga, Waterfield, Firo, Peak Design. I mean, there's just some brands that take their fabric game to another level. Able Carry is one of them. I mean, these are just buttery smooth. They feel amazing, which is nice because this bag isn't cheap, right? So you want the bag to feel as nice as much as it costs. Now this pocket has a lot of volume to it. You can actually fit sort of a bulky hoodie in there if you want, but then you're gonna start playing that capacity game because, well, let me show the other pocket actually. For all our hydro homies out there, let me show you how this bad boy works. Now, this is one of the more spacious any water bottle pockets that I've ever reviewed. Oftentimes they're very tight. I'll show you why this one's better and very well designed. 24-ounce Columbia slides right in. You can see we got a bunch of room to spare at the top. Easy to zip up. With our 1 liter Yeti fit. Oh my good God, that's crazy. Would not have guessed we would have gotten that in there. So let me show you what's happening with the main compartment though to make all this work. As you can see, this bottle is now completely digging into the main compartment. And I think this front slash pocket does a bit of a better job. But at the end of the day, both these pockets, they do have their own volume, but they are going to compete with the main compartment. This is common for a front pocket like this, but a lot of bags might have an external water bottle holder, which means that then, you know, it's not fighting for space with the main compartment. The water bottle will be on the outside of your bag. The versatility of this pocket cannot be overstated though. If you don't want to put that big hoodie in there, you can just clip a couple of pens right here, throw your wallet in there. Zippered pocket is perfect for your smaller bits of gear, keeping them organized. As you can see, it's hard to show you kind of what's in this pocket, so there's a bit of tightness to it, but more or less, it's a phenomenal execution. Everything about the front of this bag I love. Less so with a couple of the other pockets in the middle and the back, which we can now jump into. Let's talk about the middle of the Able Carry Daily Plus. Top handle, gorgeous, really nice nylon webbing. Same material that seatbelts are made out of. Great padding, plenty of space to grab, perfect execution. And also we have external lash points on either side of the handle as well. Now let's talk zippers, because this main compartment is protected with a YKK PU coated zipper. And the PU coating is what gives that sort of shiny yet matte looking finish. PU coated zippers are great for additional weather resistance. Doesn't make them weatherproof though, because around the zipper is still sewing lines, right? They had to sew this zipper in, so water will still get through the zipper seams. But in our lab testing here at Nomads Nation, it does increase weather resistance by at least 20 to 30%. But beware that these zippers can peel over time and potentially look like this. Now this bag has some good access to the main compartment, but not full clamshell. You can see right here, the zipper doesn't go all the way down, which I think is fine for an EDC bag. You don't quite need that the way that you need it on a travel bag, but sometimes that stopping point can be a little irksome. You want a bit more out of it. But here's where things get a little weird. You can see in this main compartment that the water bottle pocket is here, and now that cubism sort of nightmare continues as to where we have this pocket that starts here and it's on a diagonal little turn. It's fine, it works, it's just strange. It's just different. It's just very able carry. But the good news is that this pocket does have its own volume, as you can see by this little gusset right there. As you can see, I can fit a bulky hard drive in there, easy peasy. Now let's talk about one thing I don't love about this bag, which is the tech compartment. I like it and I don't like it. I like it because it is safe. Here I have a cutout of a 16-inch MacBook Pro, probably the largest laptop you'll actually fit in this slot. And you can see we've got great padding here, ton of padding on the back panel, and a bit of a false bottom. Not much, like it's basically at the bottom of the bag, but there's padding there. And just overall, I feel like it's a really well-designed and beautiful laptop sleeve. But when the bag is fully packed out, let's say you got a tech pouch in there, your switch, and you're not gonna be able to fit a hoodie in there. And this is where the problem sort of lies, where you have this bottle pocket full, man, you're losing a lot of space in this main compartment. That's when the bag goes from feeling like a 20 liter to like a 15. But now you can see I've taken the water bottle out and my hoodie can fit in there. So you're always gonna be kind of doing a little bit of a song and a dance with this bag if you like to carry a bigger water bottle. But now you can see what I'm talking about with the laptop. I wanna grab my 3D cutout of a 16-inch MacBook Pro, see, unzip, and it's like, you got this whole panel covering the laptop, which is actually right here. Some modern bags might have another zipper right there, so you can independently access your laptop. But for this guy, you gotta kind of fully open it and move shit out of the way and do that. And is it the end of the world? Hell no. First world problems, I get that. But it's something that, just kind of annoyed me over the days that I was using it. One other thing that can annoy me about a design like this is, well, as you can see, when the bag is fully packed out, we're totally blocking access to these pockets, which are beautiful. Look at how beautiful this is. I love this stretchy fabric, this Hypalon pull tab right there. We got the tablet sleeve as well. Can it slide my 13-inch tablet in there? Barely. This is a fake tablet. It's just a prop. And I don't know if I'd put a tablet that size in there. Yeah, that's too tight. I would not feel comfortable with that. So I'd say for the tablet sleeve, you can go anything that is 13.5 inches diagonally measured. No, let's say 13 or smaller. Also, one more thing that sort of restricts capacity is just the shape, right? We're coming in at an angle here. Technically, the most efficient way for space in the main compartment is with a box, right? Because then you can get things into those corners if need be. But here, our corners are chopped and a little bit more aggressively than you might see on like a traditional circular style backpack. Again, we got that cone shape. Looks killer, but not as great for capacity. Just a lot of trade-offs with this bag, but I think they're worth it. But it's got a bit of a quirkier user experience. And the last quirk is how well it stands. which if you pack it out the right way, if you may have seen at the beginning of the video, I had a packing cube in the main compartment and it was standing really well. But now I don't have a packing cube in there. I got my tech pouch in a switch case, and you can see we're not getting really great self-standing. So I give this like a 2 out of 5 on the self-standing scale, but a 5 out of 5 if you got it packed out the right way. Now, before we jump into the next section, I gotta let you know that if you're really enjoying this review, then you might be happy to find out that here in Nomads Nation, we don't just take a magnifying glass on bags and EDC and travel gear, but we also have the Nomads Nation newsletter. And instead of like going like hyper specific on a single product, we take a look from like 30,000 feet out, and I deliver directly to your inbox on a weekly basis everything that's happening in the world of carry, travel, EDC, and gear. So if you want to keep your finger on the pulse of what's happening in this community, I'm talking the biggest drops, limited edition releases, industry trends, plus you get access to our discount codes and giveaways, you're definitely gonna want to sign up to the Nomads Nation newsletter, which you can do by finding this globe emoji in the description below. Hope to see you in your inbox. Let's talk about the back of the Able Carry Daily Plus. This pocket here, also, I'm not crazy about it. Now, it can work for certain things. Perfect spot for your wallet or your fake passport. Not fake as in like I'm committing fraud against the government. Fake as in it's a prop. Because it's flat, right? So when you're traveling, it's a perfectly secure location to keep that passport, especially because it's pressed against your back. Like no one's gonna steal your passport if it's in that pocket. Or take a very, very good thief. But as you can see, like it's just not a pocket that has really any capacity. We didn't put our measuring balls in there. I mean, if you want to measure the capacity, you're gonna get 1/10 of a liter. So it's a little bit limited in that sense. And also it's just a spot where I'd like to put my sunglasses or maybe like a wallet, which is gonna be a little bit thicker, which means when you're carrying it, this pocket goes all the way down to here and you just feel it against your back. Not painful, definitely not, but noticeable. And noticeable can be not painful, but like irksome in its own way. But like moving on to the comfort of this bag, as long as I didn't have anything in that pocket creating an irksomeness on my upper back, I am absolutely astonished how comfortable this bag is. Mind blown. I've been wearing Able Carry for a long time. Maybe it's my height being a little bit shorter at 5'8", because I've been testing the Max and the Max EDC, but there's something about this bag that was on a different level of comfort for my body. And I say my body because everyone's needs are different, everyone's bodies are different, but let's run over some of the reasons why this bag is so comfy. We've got 3 inches on the shoulder strap, which is an amazing width. These shoulder straps are not gonna cut into you, which not everybody likes, but me, I do. I like my shoulder straps to be chunky. And on that chunk, that also refers to the depth, which we're at 1 centimeter, which it feels chunkier to be honest. And then you add in the sternum strap, dangle stoppers here, making our little dangle protester a happy camper. And this epic, beautiful Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 6-pack back panel. You take it all into consideration and my jaw was kind of dropped as to how comfortable I found this bag to be. With one caveat is that the mesh can be a little coarse. This mesh, as you can see, is very breathable. It's got a beautiful golden sheen to it. Obviously, the colors of the back panel will vary depending on just the color bag you get. But there is like a coarseness to the mesh. So if you wear this with like a tank top, it's gonna really not cut into your shoulder, but it's gonna leave some red marks. But that coarseness is also great because it gives you a bit of grip, which means it's not gonna be a shoulder strap. It's constantly like sliding off your shoulder. Couple last few notes is we have an external lash point here. Good to just clip things onto your bag. Great spot for your sunglasses. The sternum strap is adjustable, but very difficult to adjust. It's not like a good old classic rail system that moves up and down, so that's not as fun. But just talking about materials, we've got, who makes you? I'm gonna guess Duraflex. Yeah, we've got Duraflex hardware, one of the best in the game. We've got this stunning nylon webbing here that's just beautiful. Not only is it gonna draw too much attention though, then I think we have some external lash points if you wanna add on maybe a hip belt, I'm not sure. Ooh, and this is probably adding to the comfort too, where you've got these wings at the bottom of the bag right here, giving you a bit more range of motion. But I have seen on Reddit that some people refer to these as stab tabs, which is an awesome name. And it means that they've found that, yeah, I mean, it's quite the buildup of fabric as to where it's almost sharp. So this can potentially, as a tab, stab you here, but for me, no tab stabbing experience. Like, so is that it? I feel like I'm missing something. Ah, I got it. Dude, this is killing me. I felt like this section was too short because we're missing a section that we always do where I take the bag and its luggage pass-through holder and I put it on a suitcase and show you what it looks like when it's paired with a suitcase. And there's a reason why we didn't do that with this bag is because there's no luggage pass-through. For most people, it's gonna mean nothing to you as you're not gonna travel with this bag, specifically with a suitcase that you intend to slide through the trolley sleeve. But for a lot of people, that's gonna be an absolute deal breaker. Okay, let's talk about the overall pros and cons of the Able Carry Daily Plus. Pro number one, God, that aesthetic just crushes for me. Pro number two is going to be just how versatile these two front pockets are. And pro number three, I can't believe how comfortable this bag is. It's just, I loved wearing this bag. But on the flip side, all bags have cons. Here's 3 from me. Con number 1, just sort of weirdness with the capacity given the sort of cone-like shape at the top. We're missing some potential volume here. Con number 2, again, just kind of with capacity. It's where these two front pockets are great, but they are competing a lot with the main compartment. Those two cons just kind of never makes this bag feel like it's a full 21 liters. And con number 3 for me is access to the laptop. It was very annoying, very annoying. And now we're gonna take these pros and cons, mash them together. Let's give you my overall scores. Should be noted, these overall scores are personal, just based on my personal experience having used this bag and the context of using this bag versus the others that I've used and reviewed. Score number 1, comfort, breaking the scale. We're at like a 6 out of 5. I don't know if I can do that. 5 out of 5, perfect score. Depends on your body type, but for me, jaw-droppingly comfortable. Second is value, 180 USD. I'm gonna give this a 4 out of 5. It's in a category of premium bags, and you can spend, you know, $250 to $300 on an Evergoods bag or $180 on this. Like 180 for everything this bag's giving you is quite good value. And for my overall score, I give it a 3.75 out of 5. Got some weird capacity and access and pocketing quirks, but if you get used to it and build your own system, this bag can easily be a 5 out of 5. Like, it's so well designed, and it makes me just love Able Carry even more. And just a reminder, if you're loving the bag as much as I do, and you're gonna make a purchase, we do recommend doing so with the first link in the description, just because that link makes sure that you get the best price, and if we have any discount codes, that's where it'll be. But if you're not quite sold that this is the bag for you, let's talk about the alternatives that I teased earlier in the video. First up, if you're new to the Nomads Nation channel, you should definitely check out our leaderboard rankings video. This is where myself and the whole Nomads Nation team, including our behind the camera team, we all get together and pick our favorite bags in different bag categories. And it's awesome because there's 600 bags surrounding me right now, so we have our choice. We test bags all the time, so you get to hear real opinions from real gearheads who are doing real testing. And I've gone ahead and linked that video above. But if we're close, with the Able Carry Daily Plus, here's 2 alternatives that might just be a little bit closer for you. My first alternative is going to be the Evergoods CTB20. It's a great pick for you if you're looking for a bag that's sort of urban, outdoorsy. It's got some badassness to it, but the quick access is designed a little bit differently, and it has 2 external water bottle pockets, and they are potentially the best water bottle pockets ever designed by human beings on planet Earth. They're really good. And Evergoods is also one of the main competitors of Able Carry. They're 2 of the best. And my second alternative is gonna be another one of the best bag brands in that Able Carry Evergoods category. It's gonna be the Air City Pack Pro 2. It's 24 liters, that kind of feels more like a 21, 22 liter. But it's a great pick for you if you maybe don't love the look of the Able Carry as much. You want something that's a bit more techy, but it does a lot better with capacity. It's got that more boxy shape. You're gonna get the luggage pass-through holder with that bag that you don't get with this bag. Honestly, like, this is a battle of the brands. Like, these are 3 of the, like the bags we're talking about right now, this one and the 2 alternatives are some of the best freaking bags on the market, like end game category. And you can't go wrong with any of them. You gotta kind of figure out which one works best for your needs. And to learn more about the 2 alternatives, you can just watch these videos here. If you got any questions about any bags, be sure to let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Aaron, this is Nomads Nation, and we'll catch you guys next time.